Perfectionism can literally just be the greatest defeat of life, just trying to be perfect. Because you will actually never do what it is that you want to do because you're trying to achieve something that you think you're supposed to be. Well, welcome back to the Growth from Within podcast. My name is Dana Cannon Bryson, and I'm back, guys. I have been MIA. Right now, I want to dive in and talk to you guys about why I have been MIA and what has been going on with me and what we can look forward to on this platform. If what I'm sharing resonates, make sure that you subscribe to my channel to stay up to date on all my latest episodes, and share this information with someone who may be going through what it is that I am discussing or can use some of the tips that I will be sharing on this platform. So let's dive in. The reason I have been missing in action is because something catastrophic happened in my life that has completely shifted how I see myself, the world, and just everything associated with me. In November, my father passed away suddenly, and it completely rocked my world and absolutely rocked the world of my brother and my family members and his friends. We were completely shocked. I literally spoke to him 2 days before, and he said he was okay. And 2 days later, he's gone. So naturally, something like that was devastating. And I decided to take a hard step back in the areas of content creation. I took a hard step back on my business, period. Thank God I was able to still service my clients, and they have been with me throughout all of these transitions that I've been going through in this 1 year. And now I'm dealing with burying my dad. It was hard. And it's still hard. Every day is a new day and a new challenge because I know that I am no longer going to have him anymore just to be that presence in my life. I lost my mom when I was 13 years old, and that was devastating as well. And because of that, I have been dealing with a lot of childhood trauma. Been in therapy for years around it. But this was different because me and my dad, we had years and years of a relationship that we established. We've been through so many ups, but we have been through so many downs. We had to really build this relationship piece by piece. And I just didn't imagine, I guess if he wasn't well, I would have accepted it more, but it was just sudden, like here today, gone tomorrow, just like that. I have been grieving, and it has not been easy. But now I'm back, and I want to tell you how I got here. My best friend, shout out to her. She has been with me through all of this. As a matter of fact, her, my husband, my children, they were the only people that were physically with me in Houston when I found out that my dad had passed away. She has really just been my rock every single day. So if you have a community that has just always been there, shout out to them because we need them, especially when life starts to get hard. Anyway, a couple of weeks ago, she recommended that she didn't actually recommend anything to me. She told me that she was going to read this new book that was recommended to her. And the name of the book was The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. So when I heard Mel Robbins, my first inclination was like, girl, I'm going to go get that book with you. So I went, I downloaded it. I was like, oh, I have Audible credits. Let me get my Audible credits work because they just be sitting there. I downloaded the book and we decided that we were going to read it together and we were going to share together. Let me tell you something. That book changed my perspective on things that I wasn't even thinking about. There were still these little things that I was facing that I didn't understand how to either set the boundary for them or just let them be. I am a habitual people pleaser, okay? And I found out through trauma therapy that people pleasing is actually a trauma response, which makes a lot of sense as it pertains to me. So, and me and my best friend, we dived in this book and we cannot stop talking about it. That book gave me the courage to say, you know what, Dana, even though you took a break for a long time, even though you're grieving, you still have the capabilities to do the things that you set out to do. That's what I'm doing right now. So this is why this podcast is even back. Shout out to Mel Robbins, because it's because of you that I am back in action for real. One of the things that I faced dealing with the grief, dealing with life, the transitions, the motherhood, all the things, I was ashamed of not being consistent and showing up. So it's almost like I made a decision to stay in my shame rather than saying, if you are ashamed of showing up, why don't you just show up so you don't no longer have to be ashamed of it? But that's easier said than done, obviously. I was ashamed because I felt like I fell off so bad. I felt like, how am I going to now come out authentically to face the people who I have been consistently talking to on a daily basis? I have a whole Facebook group, over 100 people. I have this over here. I have that over here. I literally hid behind one service that my business offers because I was continually making money from it. When I look at my vision boards and I look at the things that I want to do, I know for a fact that there is so much more that I want to do. So I needed to put my foot in front of the other to get there. And that book helped me to get there. If you have an Audible credit, if you have a couple of dollars, go and buy this book. This book provides valuable insights. And I highly recommend getting an Audible version of the book as well. She helped me to not be ashamed of my mistakes, to not be ashamed of taking a break, to not be ashamed of prioritizing my own mental health in order for me to step back into what it is that I think that I should be doing right at this time. I was deeply ashamed. And for those of you who are ashamed, I understand. I understand. Being ashamed is easy, but holding on to it for the rest of your life in a way that is stifling you from pushing forward, that is when it's becoming a big problem. And I don't want it to be a problem for me anymore. So that's why I'm here. Back on YouTube, back on my podcast, back talking to you guys. I have so much to share. In the midst of being silent, I have my new book coming out. It's called From Heart to Hustle. It's all about the things that I've been through and the lessons that I've learned. It's very practical. Then I have a workbook that comes out with the From Heart to Hustle, so I can't wait for that. And I'm just excited. I have so much. I've learned so much. I've been in courses. I've been doing research. Things are changing rapidly on a social media platform. And I'm just here to just share my truth, share my journey unapologetically. And I know it sounds so cliche because so many people use it, but I am finished and complete with being ashamed of sharing who I really am and trying to filter it or trying to stage it so that it looks like this perfect thing. Perfectionism can literally just be the greatest defeat of life. Just trying to be perfect. Because you will actually never do what it is that you want to do because you're trying to achieve something that you think you're supposed to be. I watch it every day. I talk to people that want to do things. They have ideas, business ideas, product ideas, book ideas, podcast ideas, courses ideas, service ideas, and they don't do it because they just feel like they don't know where to start, number one, and they don't know where to gather the resources to do it the right way. It's interesting. There's another set of people who struggle with perfectionism where they walk out and they push through the perfectionism, but you can tell that they're just trying to, it's almost like it's a robot. It doesn't feel natural. They're not being their authentic selves. I don't care if we're behind a lens or not. People feel when someone is trying to be something that they're not. Honestly, it's actually much easier and it's empowering when you just decide, I don't give a shit. I am just going to be me. So this is what you're going to receive. So I hope that this episode is the beginning of an amazing time together. I look forward to sharing with you, building with you, learning from my community, and I'm excited to see where this is going to grow to. Make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel to stay up to date on everything that I'm doing. And also share with a friend. Share with somebody who may be struggling. Just like my best friend put me on to the Let Them theory, put somebody on to this. It may change their lives. So thank you for listening in to the Growth from Within podcast, and I will see you soon.